He's an amazing person, really nice guy. But for him and his guys, if you don't say he's the greatest ever, it's like you could commit treason.
Right. You're either for them or against them. It's
Yeah,
like, can I just say you're one of the greatest players of all time?
No, you cannot. You cannot. If you do not say he's the greatest of all time, you're committing treason.
Charles Barkley just exploded. The NBA legend went off on LeBron James and the whole propaganda crew that's been protecting him for over 20 years. While every other analyst tiptoes around the king, Barkley just said what fans have been whispering for years. LeBron's legacy is guarded tighter than the White House. This isn't your average sports rant. This is a Hall of Famer throwing punches at the machine that built LeBron's untouchable image. Barkley basically declared war on the LeBron Empire, and anyone still pretending not to see it is catching strays. LeBron, the guy with 4 rings, just got his entire career questioned by the man who never needed one to speak his truth, and the internet is losing it. Barkley doesn't need LeBron's validation, Rich Paul's favors, or clutch sports protection. He's calling it how it is, raw, unfiltered, and fearless. Here's what no one in the NBA office will ever admit. The second apron rule? That wasn't about fair play. It was the league's secret weapon to stop LeBron from hijacking teams. Adam Silver and the owners got tired of him treating franchises like they were his personal playground, so they rewrote the rulebook to keep him in check.
Second apron thing is dumb. It's for the owners. The owners to save money, but it's also like not fair. Like the owners can always get their money back. Like players, they can never get their money back. They tricked them because they made it seem like it's going to be parity around the league. Like, oh, every team is going to have stars now because you can't keep a star. And then you look at it, it's like, yeah, but you also can't pay anybody else. But like everybody's going to get lower contracts now. You're going to have 2, maybe 3 max players, and everybody else who at once upon a time when people was getting the mid-level exception, getting 14, 15, 20 minutes, you're going to have like 1 player like that, 1 or 2. It's just not good. Like it took the fun out of basketball.
Think back. Right before that rule hit, LeBron forced his way to the Lakers, grabbed Anthony Davis, tried to land Kawhi, and then demanded Westbrook. He was stacking stars like it was NBA 2K, and the league finally snapped. Barkley's blowing the lid off the truth. Everyone's been too scared to say, smash that subscribe button, because this story's catching fire fast.
The GOAT, who's the greatest and all that, between, him and LeBron. And I try to stay away from that, but I will say LeBron has the greatest career.
I say that all the time.
He has the greatest career. But Mike is the best
basketball player ever.
Why a lot of old heads want to dog out LeBron is because they were never as good as he is this late in their career.
Right.
And they want to get on him for that.
Yeah.
LeBron, at 22 years in, at 40, whatever he is, and is about ready to be first or second team All-NBA.
25, 8, and 8.
As old guys, they were never, call them all out.
Some of them weren't this good in their prime.
That's the thing.
Straight up, they wasn't.
Los Angeles Lakers, the Lakers, the crown jewel of basketball history. Yet somehow LeBron James managed to turn them into his own personal reality show. He made them trade away their entire young core for Anthony Davis, demanded Westbrook, and even got Frank Vogel fired after delivering a championship. Who else gets that kind of power? LeBron treats NBA franchises like they're his assistants, and no matter what he's given, it's never enough. Give him 2 stars, he needs 3. Give him 3, now the bench isn't good enough, win a ring, suddenly the whole roster has to be rebuilt. It's not team building anymore, it's psychological warfare, but here's where it gets truly twisted.
Most of these young punks today, in the public, they never saw Michael Jordan play.
Right.
They never, most of them never saw Kobe play. They definitely didn't see Kareem or Bill Russell play, but for some reason, this generation, you're being blasphemous saying LeBron.
There's an unspoken media code in the league. You must call LeBron the GOAT or your career's toast. This isn't a joke, it's real. Try saying Michael Jordan was better and watch how fast the mob comes for you. Nick Wright will spend an entire show tearing you apart. Shannon Sharp will yell about it for an hour straight and don't even think about stepping on the Clutch Sports Empire. They'll make sure you never get another interview again. Remember when JJ Redick just hinted that Kobe might be greater? The man got flooded with hate messages. When Barkley said the Warriors would have beaten the Heat, LeBron himself supposedly took it personal. This isn't debate anymore. It's intimidation in broad daylight. The narrative is controlled like we're living in basketball North Korea. You're forced to say, LeBron never had help, or risk getting blacklisted. Lies everywhere, and the craziest part, fans keep falling for it. Tell that to Westbrook. You have to call LeBron the most complete player ever.
LeBron James, come into the studio. You ain't got nothing to do. The playoffs started yesterday. You got free time. I know you got to pick a coach and a general manager.
He's picking it?
Oh, I know you got to pick just put that on the back burner. I'm speaking on behalf, I'm begging you on behalf of Ernie, Kenny, and
Which side he's going to sit on? This side or? Right here in the middle. We're going to sit right here in the middle. All right, wait.
Even though Ray Allen literally saved his legacy in 2013, you're told to ignore the finals record, 6-0 versus 4-6. Do the math. The second you step off script, you're branded a hater, a boomer, or worse, unemployed. Now let's talk about the biggest fakes in all of sports media, the LeBron Protection Agency. The crew led by Richard Jefferson, Kendrick Perkins, and the rest of the talking head propagandists who turned defending LeBron into a full-time job. Richard Jefferson. Man, where do we start? His entire post-NBA career exists because he worships LeBron on camera. He'll look straight into the lens and say, LeBron never had help, when he literally played next to him on a super team. Then he calls the 2016 Cavs underdogs, even though they had the highest payroll in NBA history. Jefferson's not analyzing, he's auditioning for Clutch Sports every time he speaks.
I'm starting to believe, I know LeBron get people traded, but I don't think he be knowing everything. Like, sometimes he be like, he probably don't care, bro. Like, to be real, like playing basketball, you really don't care about other people. You honestly don't. Mook, you know that.
No, we don't. But Brian, his situation a little different.
Then there's Kendrick Perkins, the ultimate sellout. This guy flipped faster than a coin toss the moment he got a TV deal. He went from calling LeBron out to acting like his personal attack dog. Perkins now claims LeBron faced tougher competition than Jordan, while ignoring that he dominated the weakest Eastern Conference the league has ever seen. And don't forget Channing Frye, another loyal soldier in the spin machine. He said the 2010 Celtics were old and washed just to protect LeBron's image. But let's check the facts. Kevin Garnett was still putting up 14.3 points per game, all-star, all-defense.
For me to ultimately make the decision to come back, I needed to sit down with Dan face-to-face, man-to-man. It was a straightforward conversation with no beating around the bush. He basically said, no matter what decision you make, we wanted to clear the ways. We wanted to clear the air, and to where we see each other in public, or we see each other wherever. If I'm competing against you, we can always shake each other's hands and look at the fun times that we had in Cleveland while we were together, instead of focusing on the one night that kind of, everyone kind of focuses on.
Paul Pierce dropped 19 a night, Ray Allen was lighting it up from deep with 16.5 a game, and Rondo was in his prime, an all-star level floor general. Meanwhile, people clown the 1999 Rockets, but Hakeem was 36, Barkley was 35 and injured, and Pippen was dealing with back surgery. That's washed. The 2010 Celtics, still dangerous. The lies these analysts push are wild, and it's time fans stop buying them. The hypocrisy is out of control.
I remember being in South Beach. I was at Red Steakhouse, and then I think Dwayne was down at Prime or somewhere else. And I'll never forget when he said, I'm taking my talents to South Beach. You could hear the whole place, the city was like, all of a sudden everybody's out in the streets yelling and screaming. I went out in the street, I never forget it.
So you didn't know until then?
I knew.
Oh, okay.
Man, there was no way that he could go up there and say, I'm going to go to like New York or go to Chicago. He could have, but I had a good feeling that he was going to come to Miami.
These media puppets twist history like it's nothing. They'll swear the 2007 Spurs were past their prime, yet that same core won again in 2014. They'll call the 2011 Mavericks lucky, ignoring that LeBron put up 8 points in a finals game. They'll say the 2015 Warriors were too inexperienced, even though they won 67 games. And the biggest joke, acting like the 2020 bubble ring was the same as a real championship. Come on, that was glorified scrimmage ball in an empty gym. Now here's the part that's going to break the internet, my explosive theory. Was the second apron rule created to stop LeBron's empire once and for all? Absolutely. Look at the pattern. When he formed the Heatleys, the league stayed silent. When he went back to Cleveland and stacked another super team, they stayed quiet.
The greatest play that I ever saw, it's the block because that's game 7. He's played every minute. It's the last possible game. It's the last possible minute. And he does an athletic feat of sprinting back. Split second late, that's a goaltending. This dude led the series in points, rebounds, blocks, assists, steal, in every category. And at the last minute, where he should be gassed, when I look at plays of any human being that have ever been done, I can't think of a bigger defense.
When he arrived in LA and tried to build another one, still nothing. But suddenly, in 2023, boom, the second apron rule drops out of nowhere. Coincidence? Please? This rule was the owner's revenge. They were done watching one player hold the league hostage, forcing trades, demanding signings, getting coaches fired, and bending entire franchises to his will. The second apron isn't about balance. It's the LeBron can't do this anymore rule. And look what happened right after. Boston started building through their own draft picks. Denver won with real team development. No super teams, no fake alliances, no backroom deals. The NBA finally feels free. The league's no longer under LeBron's thumb, and fans can actually believe in competition again.
I mean, get ready to start scoping the statue for LeBron outside of Crypto.com arena.
Oh.
That's what, okay? 40,000 points done in the Lakers uniform. Passing Kareem when he passed him up in the Lakers uniform, winning an NBA championship in the Lakers uniform, winning a Finals MVP in the Lakers uniform. What else can I say about the man? Go.
Charles Barkley's the only one fearless enough to say it. The only voice that's not bought or silenced. He doesn't need clutch sports connections. He doesn't need to beg for LeBron interviews. And he definitely doesn't need the approval of the LeBron fan army. Chuck's telling the truth, and that's why the system's shaking. Charles Barkley doesn't need protection from NBA media politics. He's untouchable. And that scares the life out of LeBron's entire camp. When Barkley says Jordan is the GOAT, period, or calls out how LeBron created super teams, or exposes how the media shields certain players, he's saying what every honest analyst secretly thinks but is too afraid to admit. Watch how the room changes when Chuck starts speaking facts. Everyone gets quiet, nervous, pretending not to hear him, because deep down, they know he's right, but they can't agree, not publicly.
LeBron James passing Kareem is bigger than a ring. You know how I know? Because I've only ever heard Kareem Abdul-Jabbar introduced as the NBA's all-time leading scorer, and he's got 6 rings and 6 MVPs. Plus, it's a tangible thing that can't be argued. Not to mention, LeBron's already top 5 in assists. Unlike his finals record that people like to argue without context, this can't be dismissed unless you want to hate by saying he's been so great for so long. When it's all said and done, the top of LeBron's resume will read beating the Warriors in 2016, winning a title with 3 different teams, and being the NBA's scoring king. An achievement Michael Jordan will never accomplish.
Their paychecks, their job security, their access, all depend on staying in LeBron's good graces. That's how powerful the Kings media machine really is. So let's tear down this LeBron GOAT narrative with cold, hard facts. Look at the finals. Jordan, 6-0. 6 finals MVPs. Never needed a game 7. LeBron, 4-6. And lost as the favorite more than once. Don't forget, he was literally saved by Ray Allen in 2013 and by Kyrie Irving in 2016. Without those shots, we'd be talking about a losing record in the biggest moments. Now check the killer instinct numbers. Jordan averaged 33 points per game in the finals, the highest in history.
The Cleveland Cavaliers, they have given him everything he wanted. They have the highest payroll in NBA history. He wanted J.R. Smith last summer. They paid him. He wanted Shumpert last summer. They bought in Kyle Korver. He's the best player in the world. Does he want all the good players? He don't want to compete? He is an amazing player. But this notion, they're the defending champs. And for him to be trying to hold anything over Dan Gilbert's head, and I love all these.
LeBron sits at 28, still great, but behind Jordan, Shaq, and Durant. When it came to closing time, Jordan hit 9 playoff game winners. LeBron in the 2011 finals, you already know the story. 8 points in the biggest stage of his career. And let's talk competition. Jordan took down legends. Magic, Drexler, Barkley, Malone, Stockton, all in their primes. LeBron, he beat a young OKC squad, an aging Spurs team, and Warriors missing their best players. The truth is simple. LeBron's legacy was manufactured, built on super teams, a weak Eastern Conference, injured opponents, friendly rule changes, and constant media protection. Barkley's just saying what the numbers already prove, and that's why the machine's panicking. And now that LeBron can't stack the deck anymore, no more super teams, no more bending the rules, where are the championships? Where's the dominance we were promised? The so-called GOAT can't even make the playoffs consistently anymore. Charles Barkley just lit the fuse and gave everyone permission to finally speak the truth. This is basketball's turning point. The dam's cracking wide open. Soon you'll see it. Former players speaking up, analysts finding their courage, fans realizing they've been gaslit for years. The LeBron protection program is collapsing fast. The fake GOAT narrative is falling apart brick by brick. The truth is finally breaking through, and no media army can stop it now. Because the real GOAT never needed help from rule changes or super teams. He didn't need league protection, narrative manipulation, or endless excuses after losses. The real GOAT, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, was, is, and will always be the standard. 6 rings, 6 finals MVPs, no handouts, just greatness at its purest form. LeBron James? A phenomenal player, sure, but his legacy's been inflated by the biggest PR campaign in sports history. The second apron rule isn't about balance, it's a confession. The league finally admitting they let one man control the game for too long. And Charles Barkley, he's the hero basketball didn't know it needed. The one man with enough guts to stand up and shout, "The emperor has no clothes!" The revolution's here, the truth is out, and the era of silence is over. Thank you, Charles Barkley, for saying what millions of fans have been screaming at their TVs for years. The king is finished. Long live the truth. Hit that subscribe button. This story's only getting louder.